going on, you guys? I'm about to a brand new video. Alright, so feeling somewhat better, not too great still. It's really hard for me to speak up like a little bit higher. So I actually just got done watching CES 2017 and some of it was pretty good. The other things of it wasn't really too interested in. Like for Samsung, they had their new smart washer and dryer kind of thing going on there, and I guess it's cool. I mean, it is what it is. Now it's like 4-in-1, where the little washer also has a dryer up top where you can like dry your delectables and all that other stuff. So I mean, there's that. And then they also show something else, which was their QLED displays. Now I think that's what they're called, the QLED, something like that. Which looks really nice still and everything, but it's still not as good as LG's OLED display. Those are still more thin, and the displays, the blacks and everything, they're just like perfect on an OLED display. So Samsung, didn't really show much of anything. And then there was Intel. Now Intel showed something pretty cool. Now it was something called the Hype VR, I believe that's what it's called. And what it is that they had everybody in the audience put on VR headsets. And what the idea was that when you're playing a VR game, or you have your VR headset on, watching a YouTube video or something like that, you can see in full 360, like 360 degrees everywhere, right? Which is really cool and everything. But what if you can actually walk around and really be in that world in a way? Like, let's say it's something like for example, they showed it looked like some place in China or something like that, where it was like a river, and then they had some animals, and then they had like a what was it, like a bucket or something like that, a barrel right in front of you. So what was cool is that, like, what if you're able to actually walk around that barrel, to like really look, like, see what's behind it and everything, to be more 3D in the virtual reality world, not just look in 360, but to actually like let's say there's like they showed a barrel right in front of you. What if you could like look over that barrel, and see what's behind it as well? That's what they were doing with the VR headsets, and it was actually really cool the way they were showing it. Now what was crazy is that like each frame was taking up at least like 3-point-something gigs of data, which was ridiculous, like just be able to do that. But I thought that was really cool. That's just like gonna take VR to a whole new level, and so I thought that was really cool of Intel to be supporting something like that. So that was really interesting. So after that was Sony that I watched. Now Sony, I was expecting them to, obviously talk a little bit of VR, a little bit of PlayStation, but what they mainly focused on was their TVs. Now, sorry if you guys hear music, I'm actually playing Mafia 3 in the background, so there's that. Now, what the first thing they showed was an 8K television set, which is, they're doing something new called crystal display, like crystal OLED, like crystal LED display. Now, first of all, the picture looked really great, and I was watching from a live stream. The screen that they used, that thing was ginormous. It looked like the size of what a projector would do, and it was basically showing. They said it was an 8K display, and I'm like, holy crap! Like we're like just like getting affordable 4K TVs, and already we're moving on to like 8K. Probably by next year, I wouldn't doubt it if we end up seeing our first like 8K television set being for sale for like a ridiculous price. Like right now, the most expensive 4K TV is an LG, which is like $20,000. Sorry about that. Which is like $20,000, which is ridiculous. The second from that, is like $7,000 for the TV that like my uncle has, which is also the LG OLED TV. Another TV that they showed, which I'll probably put up like a picture right here for you guys. This is actually their OLED display, which is super nice. Like it looks like bezel-less display. It's super clean, super nice looking 4K display. Now this is something that I probably would definitely look into. Like me, I always wanted like a Sony. This is actually their OLED Bravia OLED TV. This is something I might look into in the future for myself. I love Sony TVs. Like, yeah, there's Samsung, there's LG and stuff like that. LG, which is like, you know, like top of the line and stuff like that. They're like ahead of the game when it comes to 4K displays. But now with Sony, with the new Bravia OLED TV, man, if I ever could afford it, I would definitely get this one. Definitely. So after that, they also show like new cameras that are coming out and everything. I'm not too like, I'm not too familiar with cameras in a way, like especially the professional ones and stuff like that. I want to look into getting a camera, especially a Sony one, especially the ones that are more like compact and have like the flip display, so that when you're recording yourself, you can actually see yourself as well. I would like to look into something like that in the future for like vlogging or making videos in general. But as of right now, that's like way out of like my ballpark for being able to afford that. So after the cameras, they were then finally talking about like PlayStation, stuff like that. But they didn't really talk too much like if they're gonna add anything new or anything like that with PlayStation. They mainly focused on like how many units they've sold. They sold over about 54 million units since its first launch, which is a crazy big number, definitely for the PlayStation 4, considering it's only been out for 4 years. They also didn't mention numbers, but they also talked about PlayStation VR, how that's selling really well and everything. And I still would like to try PlayStation VR, but I'm going to wait till I get myself a PlayStation 4 Pro, just so I have a better experience. And finally, the last one to have their conference was Nvidia. What Nvidia mainly focused on was 3 main topics, which was like automobile and then streaming and their new Nvidia Shield. Now, I'll start with their new streaming. Now, here's the thing. Remember when they first started to do Nvidia Grid, which was in beta, which basically was that you were able to stream PC games from a high-end PC, like a supercomputer, from somewhere else to your like cheap lab computer, like high school laptop or something like that, whatever, college laptop. Now, let's say, for example, you have a laptop that isn't able to play games like at all. You just mainly use it for, you know, like for your homework or like web browsing, social media, stuff like that. But you want to be able to play some games and you have fast internet. Well, what NVIDIA Grid did was that once you sign up, NVIDIA Grid has a bunch of, you know, games already available that you can like buy. I think also try with demos, stuff like that. So it streams to your laptop from their servers, from their computer. And I believe you can also adjust the graphical settings and everything like that. I believe, no, the games all ran at maxed out 1080p, and you depending on your internet connection. A couple years moving along, they finally come up with something else called GeForce Now. Now, we already have PlayStation Now, which is pretty much the same idea. It's basically Netflix of video games. PlayStation Now has over like 500 games that you can stream straight to your PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, PlayStation TV, and your PC now. Now, I'm hoping they actually bring that over to Google Play, so you could do this also with your smartphone or with your tablet, because that would be really, really cool. So GeForce Now is pretty much the same thing. The Nvidia store has now over like 1,000 games right now that you're able to stream from their supercomputer over through the cloud and to your PC, which it could be like a crappy, you know, PC, you know, I'm sure as long as it's running like Windows 10 or Windows 7, you're good to go. And you have to have a strong internet connection as well. Example with that, they were saying that you'll be able to do this with games that are coming out in the future, just like Mass Effect Andromeda. So this is actually a really cool idea, but what really set me off from it, like what really turned me off from it, was the fact that it cost $25 for 20 hours of gameplay. Now, I don't know if that starts like as like once you like for, I'm trying to think how this works. So you pay the $25 and then you get 20 hours of gameplay. So that means like let's say I play 5 hours of a game. Do I still have 15 hours left to play? Or is it like, you know, I pay for it and let's say I don't play anything for 5 hours and then it lets me know, oh, you only have 15 hours left to play even though I didn't play anything yet. I don't know how that's going to work, but for $25 for 20 hours of gameplay, kind of sucks in a way. I'm not sure if I would want to do that. I mean, like, that, you know, just kind of sucks in a way. They need to come up with a better payment plan than that. Like PlayStation Now, It's $20 a month, and you have access to the entire library, which is over 500 PS3 games, and you can play for as many hours as you want throughout that month. You can play for freaking 24 hours every single day, 7 days a week if you want, throughout that month. But every month it is $20 or $100 for the year. I'm kind of hoping that Nvidia changes their prices up so that I'm able to actually pay $20 or $25 a month just so I can play all those PC games running on their supercomputer straight to, like, let's say if I have a crappy computer, I can play the games on there. As long as I have a strong internet connection, though. So that's something that I like the idea of, like being able to play games maxed out and everything like that, as long as I have a good internet connection. But at the same time, I don't want to be paying that price, $25 for 20 hours of gameplay. Come on, that's nothing. I mean, come on, seriously. So anyway, right after that, they start talking about like smart cars and everything like that, and how their new and like GeForce or Nvidia chip is now going to be in like some. They're going to be working for like Audi and stuff like that to make smart cars with built-in AI in it. We've already seen like these smart cars being able to drive by themselves while you're in the car, and it takes you from place to place. So Nvidia's pretty much doing the same thing, but in their car, they actually have cameras not only surrounding the car, so like, you know, so it drives by itself, watching out for traffic and everything, but it has cameras inside the car as well, so that it can detect basically your facial movement. So that like if you're looking away or wherever you're looking, the car will know pretty much. So if like you're distracted trying to text on your phone, I'm guessing that the car will let you know that, you know, please pay attention to the road or something like that. So I guess that the idea of it sounds futuristic and cool, but then when I think about it, that sounds actually kind of also creepy in a way to have a camera watching you the whole time. Not only that, but it's an AI. So that's it's still kind of freaky in a way. Like, I don't know if I want an AI to take control of my car. I mean, come on. I mean, we all seen Terminator, and that didn't turn out well either. But one other cool thing about it was that while you're driving, since there's cameras around the car, it also lets you know, like, oh, there's a person coming by with a bicycle, you know, to your right or something like that. It lets you know from things you're not paying attention to, like you're paying attention to the road, talking to your friend or stuff like that, and you want to make a turn or something like that. There could be a bicyclist coming by, and you won't notice, but the car will actually let you know when they're at a certain distance. Just like if there's a car coming by right behind you, it'll let you know about that as well. I like that because it sounds super safe, you know, like it lets you know things ahead of time so you can keep an eye out for, so it makes you pay attention. It also has the ability to be able to read your lips. So like, let's say, you know, you're playing loud music or your friends are talking to you and everything like that in the car. The camera that's facing you in the driver's seat is actually able to detect your lip movement, so it can actually like tell what you're saying. Like you can say like "take me home," and the car will then confirm what you're saying, and it'll like take control and it'll drive you home on its own. I'm not sure how far along we are with this kind of technology. I think it's pretty cool that they are working with Audi to like be able to have something like this. You know, the cars I'm pretty sure are going to cost an arm and a leg. But the idea of it seems pretty cool, but kind of scary at the same time. The last thing that they ended up showing was their new Nvidia Shield console. Now, we all know what the Nvidia Shield was. It was basically like a Android TV box where you can, you had the Google Play Store and you had the Nvidia Store where you can play games, Android games, stream PC games as well to the system. But now they have a new one, but they didn't give a specific title on it. They just said their new Nvidia Shield. They didn't say what the specs are, like what's so new about it. All they mainly said was that now it can stream a 4K HDR from like Netflix or Amazon Video. It can also will have a Steam app where you can stream your games from your main computer on your PC to the Nvidia Shield to your TV, like in the living room, something like that. So it's basically being the Steam Link, which was that Steam Box thing where you were able to stream your games from your PC to your main TV. Now, I guess that's eliminating the Steam Link altogether. I mean, the idea of it is cool and all, but, you know, if it's their new Nvidia Shield, what is it? I mean, like, is it the same specs as the one from before? Because it's $200, they said. So I'm guessing the specs haven't changed. But I kind of wish they, if it's new, I kind of wish they upgraded the specs of it. Now, I'm not sure, maybe they did, I would have to look into it. But if they did, that'd be nice because then games will run a lot better and everything. Maybe they'll put like a new Nvidia chip in or something like that. I was really hoping for their new Nvidia Shield tablet too, like the second generation tablet. I really, I still want to get an Nvidia Shield tablet. I mean, like that thing is perfect for Android gaming, and that's what I'm looking for. You know, like I got this Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. It runs games perfectly, but the problem is that it runs really hot too because Samsung is known for their phones burning up really fast. So I really want to look into getting an Nvidia Shield tablet, which would be really great to have, honestly. But it's still like $200 right now, and I was really hoping for them to come up with a better one since they were like showing it off so much when it first was announced and everything, and how like you could run like the Unreal Engine on it and everything like that. I'm like, crap, that's so freaking cool. Now I can't wait for the second generation where it's even more powerful. Now they didn't show it here at CES, but hopefully in some other event or something like that, they show one and they announce one for a decent price because I really want to buy one. So Nvidia, if anybody from Nvidia is ever going to watch this, please make a Shield tablet second generation because a lot of us want one. I mean, like when I've seen the comments and everything like that while watching the video, the stream, a lot of people are mentioning the Nvidia Shield tablet, and I'm one of them. So yeah, get on that. Other than that, you know, CES was pretty cool, at least from what I've seen so far. I've only watched from today of the live streams. I didn't watch like anything else. So if I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below that you saw that was pretty cool and stuff like that. I really would like to know. But other than that, you know what? Nvidia in the end, I think they showed some pretty cool stuff. Sony, their TVs are, you know, like, especially that, what was it, Bravia OLED, looks super clean, super nice. Let's see, what else? Intel with that Hype VR, that, I honestly can't wait to see where that goes. That is going to be so cool to be able to take a video of whatever and be able to actually walk in, like, through wherever you want to go and stuff like that. So it's like you're literally there. That is going to be really cool. Alright, you guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. That overview of CES 2017. First conference I've seen of 2017. And it was actually pretty cool. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I will catch all you amazing people at another time, another video. Take care.